I was recently on Threads and somebody on Threads was like, can y'all not talk about books that you ain't like this year? Why the hell wouldn't we? Hey y'all, welcome back to Chocolate Covered Pages. I'm Kiona, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the most disappointing books I read in 2024. I wasn't sure I had too many to even talk about, but then I went through the list and I was like, you know what? I gotta speak on this. But I was really DNFing my ass off in 2024. Like, seriously. So a lot of these were really popular books that were getting a lot of hype. So it made me keep reading to try to find out where's the part where everybody loved the book. You know, where's the point in time that made everyone say, okay, everybody needs to read this? You know, I was just waiting for that moment and it never came. So here we are. And then I have a couple on here that are from authors that I already read from. So when it's an author that I already read from, I have a little bit of, I want to say a little bit more patience with them, because I was just thinking, oh, maybe, you know, it just take a little time for it to get going. But no, some of these I have been telling y'all all year I ain't like, but y'all wasn't listening. First, I'm going to start with a book. I'd seen it a lot on Bookstagram and on Book Talk, and that's going to be Red Roses and Regrets by Dandridge Monroe. Not very much happens in this book. This is what I can tell you, okay? There is a marriage proposal that is supposed to be happening. There is some drama, lots of drama during this marriage proposal. Someone gets kidnapped during this marriage proposal, and then all of a sudden they're in love. And it's just like, now, first of all, y'all know me. I'm always down for a good kidnapping, okay? I am always down for a good kidnapping and some falling in love and, you know, things of that nature. But this, it didn't feel right to me. Like, it didn't flow. You know, usually when it happens, I'm like, oh, you know what? I could see how she might fall for this kidnapper. But this time, I just wasn't feeling it. You know, and then once the whole marriage proposal disaster is over and the kidnapping begins, it gets extremely boring. It's like, okay, that was it? That was the big shebang, the marriage proposal drama? And I mean, that drama went on for pages and pages and pages, okay? And like, isn't this a crime family or something? Like, shouldn't there be a whole bunch of other stuff going on? I just felt like, I felt extremely underwhelmed. I wanted more to be happening. I didn't care about this fake ass romance between the female main character and this kidnapper. It just wasn't doing it for me. Okay, this one I spoke about before, but we're gonna do it again. Midnight Rooms by Danya Cole. I wanted to love this. This book started off very good in the beginning. This is gothic fiction. The vibes were there. It was. For those of you that don't know what this book is about, it is about a young black girl. Her family left her with nothing and they passed away, so now she is living with her aunt and uncle, and they are ready to marry her off to pretty much the highest bidder. This white man comes. He decides that he wants to marry her for whatever reason. He wants her, right? She goes to live in his mansion. Well, mansion, manor, estate, whatever, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's giving Rebecca. The estate is big, but it's shabby. You know, it's dirty. Things is creaky. It's not It's not what you think, you know. Okay, but cool. Weird things are happening. That's also cool. My problem with this book is that it was so busy trying to keep this whole thing of suspense that it was knocking me out of the story because I had no idea what the hell was going on. I didn't know what was real. I mean, eventually you gotta tell us, right? Like, eventually we're supposed to know what was real and what wasn't. It was just a no. And I was so sad because I love this cover. I love this cover. And I took a cute photo with it. I wanted to post about this book, and I could not do that because I ain't like it, and the photo don't match the vibes that I was about to give this book review. So I just left it alone. You know, sometimes my silence is better for everyone involved. But I'ma always say the real on this channel. Now, Bookstagram, I might just be quiet, but over here, I'm going to say it, especially if the opportunity presents itself. Another book, The Fourth Wife by Miss Lady P. This is a poly romance, and I really didn't like the poly rep in this book. It was very stereotypical. The jealousy from the other wives, the drama, the backstabbing, the shadiness. It just wasn't giving we're all one big happy family. You know, we love this man. We love loving on this man together. Sometimes we get together and love on each other. Like, I wanted more for this. I really, really did. The female main character first of all, the male main character in this book, I didn't even like him, and I couldn't understand why these other women liked him. I was just thinking, how does he have how is he even in a running for 4 wives? He's wild corny to me. I just like, I was just not impressed at all. I was like, you know, this is a book, because ain't no way this corny dude would have all these women at his beck and call and getting them in line the way he was getting them in line. And to me, the female main character in this book, she was just, I just didn't even care about what she had going on. And I hate that because this cover is so cute. I love this cover. And it's just so misleading. You know, I just hate that for me. Give me a good story with the cover. I need the cover in the story to match. Okay? I don't like it when it's, you know, because you got me excited. I saw the cover, I got excited, I hurried up and downloaded it, and to give me that. Alright, I'm back, y'all. My memory card was full, and we need to finish this conversation. This usually when my memory card is filling up, I make my way to start ending the video, but no. We just got started. We have just got started. Let's continue. Okay, so now let's talk about the book that I think out of all of these on here, this one hurts my heart the most because this is an author that I absolutely adore. And I was just surprised at how much I just did not like this. This is going to be Passion for the Heist by Kawan. And there's listen, y'all know I like Kawan, and when I read this book, I was just in shock by how much I just did not like this at all. And I was like, I'm not even saying nothing about this book. Like, I'm just upset. Like, I was just beside myself. I really was. This is one of the tough things about talking about books, you know, because you have your favorites, but then your favorites, you know, put out something that, you know, you just know is not up to the standards of their normal work. And sometimes you gotta talk about it. I know I have to talk about it. And I've done it before. This is not the first time. I take no pleasure in talking about this. So in this story, we meet a girl named Passion. And Passion, her parents have passed away. She is now living with her uncle. And the uncle has other young girls who live in this apartment or whatever. And the young girls are sex workers. But Passion is not a sex worker. Okay. Now, the male main character is a guy named Parrish, or aka Payne. And he is fresh out of jail or prison, one or the other. And he's just come home, and you know, he's used to doing a lot of like robberies and stuff like that. And he's back home. He's trying to stay on the straight and narrow for his grandmother. But you know, the bills are piling up. And I just didn't get the connection between these two characters. I guess this was supposed to be some kind of urban romance, but it was feeling very flat. Like, I just did not see the connection between these two characters. I was just wondering, how are they even going to meet? And then I think the most mind-boggling character for me was Passion, because I just think her character development needed to be fleshed out more. It was just here and then here and then here. 1 minute it's like she is supposed to be someone that's very, like, you know, strict and yo, I don't play around with that type of stuff. And then in the next breath, I'm seeing things like, oh, because, you know, she can, you know, when she gets to that place, you know, like, basically, like, she turns into some type of sex kitten. You know, it's just, it's not, it did not add up for me, for her, like as a character. And when I'm reading a book, in my mind, I have a character in my head. And I'm reading it, and I'm putting all the descriptions that the author has given me. I'm adding it to a list. Okay, she don't play that shit. She, you know, she's this, she's that. But then when you throw in some other stuff, it's like, huh? Where did that come from? But that doesn't, I don't feel like that makes sense. She can't be all of it. Like, it just didn't make sense that she'd be all of these things. I just think that she needed to be either a sex kitten or somebody that ain't play that shit and really was about her bread. And it might sound strange to you, but I'm telling you, if you read this book, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had multiple conversations with people. Someone actually, this was their first Kawan book, and I had to talk them off the ledge. Like, listen, please, just try something else. Please, just trust me. Try something else by him. And, you know, this was just a bump in the road. Like, I'm over here really trying to get her to, like, not, you know, don't close the door on him. This was just a bad one, you know, and it happens. Take the Long Way Home by Rochelle Ellers. This was a historical fiction. My issue with this book is that it was very much more like a historical romance as opposed to just straight up historical fiction. I thought that there would be, and I knew that there would be some romance in it, but I just did not think that the romance part would take over the entire book. Like, this book is a romance, you know? And then there's some historical stuff in the romance. If I had known that this was a historical romance, I would have never picked this up. 500 pages? No. And y'all know I don't mind 500 pages, but I don't do no 500-page romance. And it better be urban fiction romance if it's 500 pages. It better be some demon's dream. It better be something serious for me to want to pick up a 500-page romance. But this wasn't even urban. This was just regular romance for 500 pages. No ma'am, can't do it. Do What Godmother Says by L.S. Stratton. No. I would also like to use the word hate possibly for this one instead of disappointed. Let's just insert the word hate, because I hated many things about this book. The only thing that I liked about this book was the flashbacks to the past. I really wish that this book would have just been a historical fiction. Like, just historical fiction. The thriller aspects of this book in the present, I just didn't like. The female main character in this book, I can't remember her name, but she was a complete dodo bird, and I can't. I don't have the patience for main characters, and in suspense books like this. It's just way too dumb. And then not only that, the actual twist was giving cozy mystery. Like, that's how low on the scale the twist was. It was just like Scooby-Doo. Like, it was like, surprised me. The moment the person came on the scene, I knew who it was. I kept reading because, one, I really liked the flashbacks to the past. I wanted to know what was going to happen with that person, right? But I really wanted to skip all the present chapters. My patience for main characters in thrillers that just really need to be like knock knock, I just wanted to shake her. She literally made dumb decision after dumb decision, and I was just like, it's just not fair that I should have to stick around for this. like it's literally not fair. Okay, We're Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abike Iyamade. Yeah, I think this one was definitely disappointing for me because I love this cover. This cover was giving dark and spooky and chilling type of vibes. When I read this book, it felt very and I'm just talking about, the twist and all the everything. It just felt very Ace of Spades for me, and I mentioned this before. It just did. And I was just hoping for something. I was hoping for an entirely different scenario, and I didn't get that. So I was pretty disappointed about that. Obviously Ace of Spades is her first novel, and that one was set in a prestigious high school, and then this book was set in a rich boarding school. But very similar vibes, to be honest. Bad Influence by Brandon Massey. I mean, yeah, this is one of those thrillers where it's about a child that is doing very bad things, and I just felt like everybody involved needed their butt whipped. Like, everyone involved, parents, kids, just line them all up with the switch. Just seriously, I felt like, and I've said this before, I felt like a lot of the dialogue in this book was very dated. And being that I have read a backlist title from Brandon Massey before, and this is a new book that came out this year, I was really hoping that like the conversations had come up to speed, and they didn't. They felt very similar to conversations in old books of his. Hey boo constantly was really annoying. Just a lot of things about this book just felt very, very 90s. You know, and it wasn't supposed to be. It just wasn't supposed to be. I also felt like towards the end of this book, there are some things that didn't happen on the page, and I feel like in a thriller, we need to see some things on that page. We just need to. You can't just tell us, oh, fast forward 6 years and this is what happened. No. Okay, because I've been riding with these people for 200 and something pages. I want to know, did this get handled? Did this get handled or did it not? And I want to know how. Not just, yeah, it got handled. We're all good now. I want to know, how did this get handled? Who got involved? I need to know all of these things. And I want to see it play out. I don't want you to just tell me, you know? Okay, so see, it wasn't that bad. We have come to the end. I told y'all I did way more DNFs this year than I usually do. So that is going to be it for this video. I really hope that you have gained some insight on my reading taste and the things that I don't like, and hopefully we align. If we do, make sure you subscribe so we can do this again, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye.